My name is Carmen Tosa. I serve as your Chief Collections Officer and the Revenue Commissioner for the City of Philadelphia. As many homeowners know, your 2014 taxes are due by March 31st. Many of our citizens have questions about their taxes, so we're here today to not only answer some of those questions, but also to inform you about some available programs that can help many pay their taxes. Many of these programs are available after the March 31st deadline. However, real estate taxes are due by March 31st. Our focus today will be on programs that help our senior citizens pay their taxes, all types of taxes. Additionally, we would like to talk about available assistance programs that help you to pay your water bills, as the Department of Revenue is also in charge of collecting water bills in addition to taxes. We will be sharing a large amount of information with you, so we encourage you to get a pencil and paper to write down the appropriate numbers that we will be sharing during this presentation. Joining me today is Michelle Bethel, who is our Deputy Revenue Commissioner, and she heads the Water Revenue Bureau. And later in the program, we'll be joined by Frank Breslin, who is the Deputy Revenue Commissioner, who heads the Tax Revenue Bureau. They both have attended numerous community meetings and are aware of the concerns of our residents, so they're able to answer many of your questions. We invite you to take advantage of the information that will be presented today, and we hope you will find it most helpful. So, let's start with Deputy Commissioner Bethel. Can you tell us, what is the Water Revenue Bureau?
And I'm glad you started with that question, because so many people are not sure of the difference between the Water Revenue Bureau and the Philadelphia Water Department. The Water Revenue Bureau actually is a part of the Department of Revenue. We bill, collect, and provide customer services for the services of the Philadelphia Water Department. The simple way to remember is the Philadelphia Water Department provides the service, and the Water Revenue Bureau bills, collects, and answers the questions about those services.
That's a great way of making it simple and easy for all of us to understand. There's a collaboration between the Water Department and the Water Revenue Bureau of the Revenue Department.
Correct.
Great. Thank you. So can you tell me what programs are available to senior citizens? Today we really want to get into the issues that affect them and how we can assist them in paying their bills.
Well, we have several programs that benefit senior citizens, but the one that is dedicated solely for senior citizens is called the Senior Citizens Discount. And what that is a discount that provides 25% off of their water bills if they qualify.
Okay, is there an income requirement in order to apply for that program?
Yes, there are actually 4 criteria for that program. The first one being age. You must be 65 years or older. You must live in the property. Your income must be $31,500 or less. And most importantly, the bill must be in your name.
When you say $31,500 as the income limit, does that include Social Security income as well?
It does include Social Security income as well.
How does one apply for this program? Because it sounds like it has great benefits to our senior citizens.
Yes, once they qualify, I want to point out that that discount starts on all future water bills. And in order to make sure they qualify, they can contact the Water Revenue Bureau Customer Service at 215-686-6880.
That's great. Is it an easy application? Will it be difficult for people to apply for the program?
No, it's not difficult. Those 4 things that we mentioned are the qualifications.
But you just say those qualifications one more time for the senior citizen discount.
Yes, you must be 65 years or older. You must live in the property. Your income must be $31,500 or less, and the bill must be in.
And a point of clarification, you say live in the property. Must you be the homeowner or can you be a tenant?
You can be the tenant as long as the bill is in your name.
The water bill is in your name. Great. That's great information. So tell me, are there any other programs that might be available to our seniors?
Yes, there are several other programs. The first one being the Medical Delay Program. And that program is because we recognize that some people have medical conditions that require that water is maintained at all times. And for those households, we offer a medical delay once every 12 months, as long as you provide a medical note to the Water Revenue Bureau.
When you say medical delay, what do you mean delay? Medical delay. Is that a delay of paying the bill? What do you mean by medical delay?
The delay is actually on shutting off your water. So the delay is that for 30 days, we will not shut off your water because you have a medical condition that requires that you have water services. So during that 30 days, we encourage our customers to contact the Water Revenue Bureau to establish a payment agreement that is affordable so they can maintain their water service.
And what are the requirements for that?
The requirement is that you contact us and you provide a medical note.
Medical note from your doctor.
Correct. A medical note
that you have an issue that may require some assistance or clinic. And as a result of that, and the proof of residency, the citizen then gets a delay in the shut off if one is able.
That is correct. We delay for 30 days.
30 days. That's great. That's great. Great program. Can you tell me, are there any other programs that seniors might be able to take advantage of?
Yes, the other program would be our WRAP program, and that stands for the Water Revenue Assistance Program. That program is income-based, and it's designed to assist our customers pay their past due bills in monthly installments. But there are qualifications for the WRAP program as well.
Excellent. Okay. Anything else?
Well, I just want to point out the benefits of the WRAP program, because the three major benefits of that program is it extends your payment terms, so you have an extended period of time that you can pay your bill. The bills are smaller, they're more affordable, and you may be eligible for a city grant.
Okay, and is there a timeline for applying for that program? Is it WRAP, right?
Correct. The Revenue Assistance Program, WRAP, there is not a timeline, there isn't a deadline, although there are eligibility requirements for that program.
Okay, this sounds like a very important program for all Philadelphians.
Yes.
WRAP stands for Water.
Yeah, the Water Revenue Assistance.
Right. WRAP.
WRAP, and the eligibility requirements for that are important for those customers. So we want seniors and all of our customers to know that the WRAP program does exist, but there are requirements. And those 5 requirements are you must meet income eligibility, so I want to make sure I'm getting it.
That's right. We want the information
exactly.
Our
so
watchers.
They must meet income guidelines. The bill must be in their name. They must live at the property. They must provide copies of Social Security numbers for every member in the household and provide copies of household bills. Now, the Social Security cards are not the original. I want to stress we don't need the original Social Security cards, just the copies.
Very good. And I think all the information that you're sharing today will be provided on a screen or put on as a slide
Yes.
In our presentation today.
Yes.
So that's very helpful information. Are there any other programs that you believe people might be able to take advantage of to assist them in paying their water bills?
Yes, the last program would be our standard payment agreement. And the standard payment agreement is also to help customers pay their past due bills. And this one is not income-based. Unlike WRAP, that is income-based, the standard payment agreement is for all our customers, regardless of their income level. So it is a program that allows them to pay their past due bills in small monthly installments in addition to paying their current bill.
So highlight for me, what is the benefit of that installment program?
Well, the benefit of that program is instead of paying your past due bills in a lump sum, you have the ability to pay it over a period of time. So, for example, say your water bill is $200. If the standard payment agreement, how that would work is your bill is $200, you are required to pay a 25% down payment, which would be $50. That would reduce your bill to $150. That balance of $150 is spread out over 3 months, which would mean your payments would be $50. The monthly payment would be your installment of $50 plus your current bill. That's the standard payment agreement.
Excellent. So, in effect, a citizen is able to not have their water cut off, not worry about getting calls from the collection agency, not worry about the imminent danger of having a water shut off, and pay their water bill over time in smaller, more manageable amounts.
Correct. And the standard payment agreement, in that example, I gave you 3 months. The larger the bill, the longer the period of time you can pay. So you can make monthly payments between 3 and 12.
3 and 12 months.
3 and 12 months.
Right. So if I have a huge bill, let's say my bill is maybe pay it over
12 months as
if I needed to.
Correct.
Tell us, me, why is water important to all of us? It may seem like it's an obvious thing, but why should our citizens care about paying the water bills on time and having that service provided to them?
Well, we know water service is essential to staying in your home. We need it for cooking, for bathing, for taking our medications, for watering our plants. We need water, and we want our customers to know that we never want to turn the water off. That is not our goal. Our goal is to help our citizens maintain their water service through any of our programs, through the medical delay, a senior citizen discount, if they qualify for RAP because it's income-based and they meet that guideline, or a standard payment agreement. The goal is for our customers to have an affordable agreement that they can pay their water bill to maintain service.
Thank you so much, Deputy Commissioner Bethel. This has been great information. It's very important. We want everyone to be aware of what's available to them. We don't want anyone to be inconvenienced. It's important that we know that everyone must pay their fair share with regard to their water bills and their taxes to that end in a timely manner. And speaking of taxes, at this point, we're going to be joined by Deputy Commissioner Frank Breslin of the Tax Revenue Bureau. I thank you so much, Ms. Bethel, for your efforts.
Thank you for having me.
Million Pennsylvanians are without health insurance. Under the Affordable Care Act, these individuals will be able to purchase affordable health care in the marketplace during open enrollment. But the March 31st open enrollment deadline is fast approaching. If you have not yet enrolled, there's still time. Log on to www.healthcare.gov to see what plans are available for you and your family, or log on to www.getcoveredamerica.org for more information about how to get enrolled in a plan. Making your health a priority by enrolling in a health care plan should be easy and affordable. Thanks to the Affordable Care Act, it is. So log on and get covered.
Welcome back to the program. My name is Karina Tolson, and I serve as your Revenue Commissioner here in the City of Philadelphia. Joining us now is Mr. Frank Breslin, who is the Deputy Commissioner for the Department of Revenue. He heads the Tax Revenue Bureau portion of the Revenue Department. Mr. Breslin, thank you for being here. Can you tell us why are taxes important? I think that's an issue that everyone has. No one wants to pay taxes, but we know that they are important. Why are they important?
Tax is very important to the citizens of Philadelphia because it's through taxes that provide the funding for schools and services. Services like trash pickup, snow removal, hiring teachers for our schools, and maintaining our school buildings.
Excellent. So what programs do we have to assist our senior citizens in paying those taxes, which serve a vital role in the economy of our government?
Well, we have a couple programs designed specifically for senior citizens to help them in paying their taxes.
Can you tell me about the first one?
Sure. The first one is our Senior Citizen Tax Freeze Program. And this
Can
applies...
you say that name again? Senior Citizen Tax Freeze.
Yes, and that's the important part, tax-free, because this program enables seniors to freeze their taxes at the prior year level. And what that means is a taxpayer who applies for this program whose taxes in 2013 were $1,000 and whose taxes for 2014 are going up to $1,500 could freeze their taxes at that $1,000 level and not have to pay that $500 tax increase and not have to pay any subsequent increases that come, whether those increases be from tax rate increases or from increases in their tax assessment.
So you're saying the benefit of this program is that a senior citizen can have their taxes stay at a certain level and never increase.
That's correct. It would
Never increase?
they'd be frozen at that level until such time that the property is sold or transferred.
Excellent. So as long as the senior citizen is in their property, live in their property, if taxes go up because the assessment has gone up, because the tax rate has gone up, those senior citizens' taxes will never, ever increase.
Yes, there are eligibility requirements, and they also have to remain eligible. They have to continue to meet those eligibility requirements.
So what are the requirements for the senior citizen tax freeze?
Senior citizen tax freeze, first as the name implies, must be a senior citizen. So this is someone age 65 or older, or 50 years old or older, a spouse, widow or widower, whose spouse was 65 or older at the date of death. The property must be the primary residence, so the property that they live in, and they also must meet income requirements, income guidelines. Those guidelines are $23,500 or less for a single person, or $31,500 or less for a married couple.
Okay, very good. So either I'm 65 myself and I apply for the program, or I am the widow or widower of the person who was 65 when they died.
Correct.
And the tax bill is in my name and I own the property.
That's right.
And I live in the property.
You must live in the property. It has to be your principal residence.
So you can't have a second home. This can't be your second home in Philadelphia.
That's
Primary
right.
residence.
That's right. Can't be a rental property, some other type of property. It has to be the property that you live in.
What if I own multiple properties in the city of Philadelphia, but I'm a senior citizen and I want to get the tax freeze? Can I get on all the properties that I own?
No, only the property which you live in.
Okay, very good. So tell me, what is the deadline for this program?
The deadline is March 31st, so that's critical. Now, you can always apply for the program, but in order to freeze your at the 2013 tax level, you must apply for the program by March 31st.
Okay, so this is critical and timely. So we need our citizens this year, March 31st, recognize that timeline, that deadline, and apply so that whenever they paid the taxes last year, they can pay this year as well.
That's correct.
So the example that you gave, if your taxes last year were $1,000 and this year they were $1,500, if you apply now, you can pay only $1,000 and you pay that for the rest of your life.
Correct. As long as you continue to reside in the property and meet the eligibility guidelines.
Excellent. So where does one get an application? How easy is it to apply?
The application is very straightforward, and to get one, you can contact our hotline, 215-686-6442. They're also available on the web at www.phila.gov, or you can drop into one of our offices and pick one up there.
So this is critical information. I think it sounds like it's very, very helpful. This help our seniors save a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Great. Can you tell me what other programs are available for our senior citizens?
Another program that's really helpful is our real estate tax installment program. This program is specifically designed for seniors. All seniors qualify for this program. And what it does is it gives seniors the opportunity to pay their real estate taxes in monthly installments throughout the year. So this doesn't relieve or reduce any of the tax. But what it enables the taxpayer to do is pay equal monthly installments. For example, a taxpayer whose real estate taxes are $1,200 for the year could pay $100 a month through the year. And this reduces that burden of having to come up with that total amount of money due by March 31st. And since many of our seniors are on fixed income and are receiving their income in monthly installments, this can help them greatly.
So it's almost as if you put your taxes in a budget plan, in a sense. You're able to, if you have a tax bill that's $1,200, and it was $100 per month if you started in January, you start in March or April, it's divided over the remaining months. You have nothing to worry about in terms of collection agency phone calls or worrying that you're being delinquent in taxes. Is that right?
That's right. And that allows you to remain current in the program. There are no interest or penalties accruing. And once you're in the program, you've applied and been accepted into the program, you continue to stay in the program. So every year you'll just receive a coupon book with the 12 monthly coupons so that you can send it in monthly installments. And that's a great way to explain it is it just helps them budget their tax expense, much like they would budget other expenses.
We need people who are watching this program to call their friends and families who may be senior citizens and talk to them about what's available to them. Because it sounds like that we really want to reach out to people, and we need to reach out to them right now. Talk about what's available to us for assistance. There's no problem for us in terms of trying to help any person who wants to apply. Is that right?
That's right. That's what we're here for.
We're encouraging them to participate.
we're encouraging taxpayers, citizens to participate. The Revenue Department is here to help them manage their tax liability.
And we have 4 convenient locations where people can go to get assistance. I'm sorry, not 4, 3
That's right.
convenient locations to go where people can go to get assistance in applying. I think that information will come up on the screen at a later time to share where people can go to talk to a live body, get assistance in filling out a form. Or if they don't need assistance, they can just download it from the internet and mail it in. Is that right?
That's right. We're here to help. We have an office in North Philly, an office in Northeast Philadelphia. Those addresses will be on the screen. And we also have our Center City office at the Municipal Services Building. And through April 15th, we've extended our office hours. So we have people in the office and on the phones Monday through Thursday till 7 o'clock in the evening, and on Saturday from 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because those extended hours are available to citizens who may need assistance with their tax issues as well as their water issues. We have staff on both for both bureaus
That's
in
right.
attendance during those extended hours until 7 Monday to Thursday, and on Saturdays from 10 to 2.
Correct.
Great. Can you tell me, are there other assistance programs for which senior citizens might be able to take advantage?
Yes, although I have some programs that are not specifically restricted to seniors, but they definitely could help senior citizens. And one that's really helpful is our Homestead Exemption program. This is a new program for this year.
Say that name again because we want to be really clear for people who may not be familiar with the programs. Homestead
Exemption.
Homestead Exemption.
Yes, and this is a new program, so it's really important to get this information out there because maybe citizens who aren't aware of it. What this program allows, it allows a taxpayer to apply for an exemption on the principal residence. So the only requirement here is that it's the property that you live in. And if you apply for it, and it's a very simple one-page application. It basically just asks for the address and for the taxpayer to certify that it's the property which they live in. And if they apply for this program, they get $30,000 off the assessed value of the property. Now what that means is our taxes are computed at a tax rate multiplied by the assessed value of the property. So for an example, if the taxpayer has a property that's been assessed at $100,000, if they apply for the homestead exemption, the exemption could reduce that $100,000 by up to $30,000, reducing that taxable assessed value to $70,000. And what that means is, when we multiply that by the rate, that would be a reduction in tax of more than $400. So there's
Free money.
Free money, considerable savings here. Taxpayer can save $400 every year just by filling out this homestead exemption application one time.
And so this sounds too good to be true, but I know that it is true. You fill out the application. The only requirement is that you be a resident of the household that you're applying for taxes.
Yes, as the name implies, homestead, that this is the property that is your home, the property that you live in. And as long as you meet that criteria, you can get $30,000 reduced from your assessed value, which translates into $400, in excess of $400 of savings on your tax bill.
This is great. So let me ask you this. If I'm a senior citizen and I apply for the tax freeze, so the example that we gave earlier, my taxes are, I'm going to apply for my 2013 rate and freeze my taxes at $1,000. Could I have also applied for the homestead exemption to get another $400 off as well? So may I have the senior citizen freeze and a homestead exemption?
Yes. Most of the programs that we're going to talk about, none excludes you. Being in one does not exclude you from being in another program. So absolutely, we encourage taxpayers to file applications to apply for all programs that they think they may be eligible for.
So every citizen who owns a home in the city and lives in that home should apply for the homestead exemption.
Absolutely.
In regard to age.
Absolutely. And tell your neighbors, they should tell their neighbors about it, spread the news, because this is a great program and we're approaching the deadline for application.
Okay. That's for the senior citizen program. But for the homestead exemption,
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
so I just want to be clear about that. So for the senior citizen tax freeze, that deadline is March 31st in order to affect this tax year. The payments are due by March 31st. However, the deadline for the homestead exemption, I think, is in the fall, correct? Or the winter.
Yes.
So people they can apply now, but it won't be applied to the tax until next year.
That's right. The deadline has passed for last year, but for the current year they should apply. And they shouldn't wait till the deadline to approach because there's always the opportunity that they'll forget and miss the deadline. So they should apply now, and if they apply now and are accepted into the program, the adjustment will be made to the computation of their assessed value. So when their real estate tax bills come out in December of this year, it will reflect the homestead exemption.
So if you apply now, the homestead exemption will be applied to the next tax year, not to the bills that are currently due because the deadline's passed. That's great. This is wonderful information. How does one apply for the homestead exemption? You said it's a simple form.
It's a simple form, and applications are available on our webpage, www.phila.gov. Also by calling 215-686-6442 or stopping into any of our offices. And for this particular program, they can also go to the Office of Property Assessment for information, because there's a lot of information on their webpage as well, which is www.phila.gov/OPA.
So the OPA, as we call it, or the Office of Property Assessment, they're the ones who set a value to the property. Is that right?
That's correct.
And then the Department of Revenue is the group that then applies the tax rate to that value and send out the tax bill.
That's right.
So we collaborate with the Office of Property Assessment
Exactly.
in ultimately creating the tax bill.
That's right.
Excellent. Good information. Commissioner, can you tell me, are there other programs that may not require you to be a senior citizen, but that senior citizens could and should take advantage of?
Yes, another program that we have is the Tax Deferral Program. Now, this program is designed for taxpayers whose real estate taxes have increased by 15% or more. And if they've increased by that amount, a taxpayer can take the amount that exceeds the 15%, the increase that exceeds 15%, and defer that until the future. Now,
When you say defer it, what do you mean by that?
they still have to pay it. It's not being excluded or forgiven. They get to
It's not written off. So.
It's not written off. No, it accumulates for every year, and they have to pay that balance due at such time that they sell the property. So this really enables a citizen whose taxes have increased considerably, and that is afraid that they're not going to be able to afford their taxes and they're going to be forced to have to sell the property, to stay in the property and continue to pay taxes that they can afford and put off the payment of the increase until such time that they sell the property. So essentially, it's to allow people to stay in their home.
Right, so this is a great program. If your taxes increase, it allows you to put that portion that's increasing to the side until you sell your property, or maybe in some future point you're better able to pay the tax and you can pay it off.
That's right. And if a taxpayer at any point wants to pay off that accumulated deferred amount, they can. There's no requirement to let it go until the time of the sale, so they can pay it off earlier, or they can let it go until they sell the property. It is important to note that there is an interest that accumulates on this. Presently, that interest rate is 2%.
Excellent. So it's far less than the penalties that could accrue otherwise if you don't pay taxes.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't pay taxes, there are interest, there's penalties, and there's also the cost of the collection agencies and the like.
That's right. Important to note that this keeps them current in their taxes. So the fact that they're in this program, they're current, and there's no risk of sheriff's sale or any of those things you mentioned.
Right. That's an important thing to note, that if you work with the Department of Revenue in one of the programs that we have, we'll take you off of the sheriff's sale list. We take you off of the Dunning-Call list. We view you as being compliant and working with us to pay your taxes.
Yes. That's why we always encourage taxpayers that at any time they feel that they're going to be in jeopardy of becoming delinquent on their taxes, or at such time that they become delinquent, to contact the Department of Revenue so we can let them know what is available there to assist them.
Great. This is so helpful. Can you tell us, are there any other programs should apply. And I just should stop and say that I assume that the way to apply for that program is the same as it is for the other programs.
It is. It is. An application is available on our website. Taxpayer can call for an application to drop into one of our offices.
Okay, excellent. Are there any other programs for which people might be interested?
Another program that we have is our owner-occupied real estate payment agreement
And
program.
that is a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
Can you say the name for me one more time?
It's our owner-occupied real estate tax payment agreement program. And really what this is, it's an opportunity for someone to come in that has become delinquent in their taxes, to come in and get into an affordable payment agreement. And this particular program is designed for real estate taxes for properties in which the taxpayer resides. So it has to be their home. But if a taxpayer becomes delinquent on the property that they live in, they can come into the Department of Revenue. What we'll do is we'll take a look at their income, and we'll design a payment agreement that they can afford. We know it's something that they can afford because they come in with their income information, and we build the program around their income. We look at what they can afford to pay each month.
So this is personalized.
It's personalized, yes, because we want taxpayers, we want them to come in and get into a payment agreement, but it doesn't help us if they get into a payment agreement that they can't afford and they fall delinquent again. So we want to get them into a payment agreement that they can afford to pay. And the important thing here is, they go from a delinquent status to a compliant status, meaning that once they get into this payment agreement, all the enforcement efforts that you talked about, sheriff sale, collection agencies, all of that stops. They're considered compliant, and what they have to do then is just remain current on their monthly payments.
Excellent. So tell me, how does one further benefit from that program, and then how do they apply for it once they have determined they want to?
One of the benefits of this program, aside from getting them into a compliant status, is based on their income, we make a determination about abatement of interest or penalty. So they can actually get their bill reduced by participating in this program.
Oh, that's excellent. We will actually remove some of the penalty or some of the interest if a person chooses to sign up for this program and then stay current with their taxes.
That's right. We really view this program as a fresh start, giving taxpayers an opportunity to, regardless of what has happened, what has caused them to become delinquent, to come into our office and sit down with one of our representatives and get into a payment agreement. And again, it's personalized, so we build it for them, and also, based on their income, we can reduce some of the interest and or penalty so that we reduce the bill and make it more manageable.
Great. This is wonderful information. So just to summarize, we've talked about the senior citizen tax freeze, the real estate tax installment program, the homestead exemption, the real estate tax deferral, and the owner-occupied real estate payment agreement. That's a lot of programs.
It is.
I guess at the end of the day, we really want people to pay their taxes, pay them the time we make. If they struggle with their taxes, talk to us and let's help them find a program that may fit them.
That's right.
Is there anything that you want to say in summary of the programs that we just discussed today?
Well, there's additional programs out there, and that people may be eligible for, and essentially the Department of Revenue is here to help. So, anytime that a taxpayer has any questions, or is unsure about how to pay, or when to pay, or is having difficulty paying, they should definitely contact the Department of Revenue. So, we can make them aware of what there is that can help them.
Right. This has been wonderful. There's lots of programs that are available to our citizens. We want them to take advantage of it. We encourage everybody to take advantage of it because at the end of the day, our taxes are the revenue that support our schools and our services. Our revenues are for school children and for city services, and that's vital to all of us. I thank you, Mr. Breslin, for your time. I thank everyone who's been listening today for their efforts to pay attention to this program and share this good information with their neighbors, friends, family, to make sure that people are reminded to pay their taxes on time. March 31st for real estate. Get assistance if you need assistance. I guess I'll take it for that. For your water bill, which is due on a monthly basis, we encourage them to take care of that as well and get assistance if needed. We thank everyone for their time, and please contact us at the numbers that are listed at the end of this program. The Department of Revenue, as has been stated, is here to assist you in taking care of the matters that you. Thank you so very much.